Attention to the reason for why the action you're taking. It's never what you're doing, it's why you're doing it that matters. What I have learned is to set in motion and look at the reasons why I do things and make sure I'm not petty, make sure I'm not selfish, and make sure the reason I do it is for the betterment of all of us instead of being a bully, jackass, brute, tough guy. Always be smart, be loving, and be appreciative. And keep your dignity intact, because if you think you're going to die, then somebody can scare you with the lack of knowledge you have of what's next. You cannot scare me.
So when you look at why you do things or why you have done things, can you give us another example that people can relate to, that they can apply in their daily life?
The most important thing about looking at how do you apply the panoramic life review to your daily life, think of this. The measurement of your existence, and I hope some of you have a religious tone, I don't know how to phrase this other than this, that when you look at the value of your life, 360 degrees, second person point of view, and then being every person that you've ever encountered, you're going to know the reason why you did what you did, because you're them. You could have just hurt their feelings because you were mad. Well, you're going to feel that anger. You're going to feel that hurt. Or you could have said something to them that made them angry and mad, but it was you trying to help them and to care about them and to appreciate them. Well, when you feel them, you're going to feel that place of where you came from and how they felt. Always remember, it's never what, it's why. So why I'm doing these videos is the guy who's doing this, I love him and appreciate him, because he's a great warrior and a great person. And I hope that every one of you that listens to this, remember, I love you and I appreciate you because I love and appreciate me.
Are we all the same? Are we all one? Are we all God?
So a lot of times people say, are we all one? Are we all the same? Are we all God? Well, what's the most important thing to remember about that is we, in this particular form, this particular dimension, this third dimensional reality, we are the golden ones. Everybody wants to be us. So all the aliens, extraterrestrials, interdimensional, Satan worshipers, all that, they all want to be us. They're all jealous and envy of us because we are the golden divine ones. Great, powerful, and mighty. Take time to look those three words up in the dictionary and apply them to who you truly are, a spiritual being with dignity, direction, and purpose. And remember, if you love and appreciate you because who you are, and I just said that, then the nature of being loved and appreciated is an automatic reflection of what I'm telling you to be the truth.
Any last words? You're not afraid of dying, are you?
Well, any last words? Am I afraid of dying? How can I be afraid of something that never happens? It will never happen. Never. Get over the fear complex. Get over it. It won't work once you take your last breath. And all that stuff you think's going to happen, pay attention to the near-death experience. Don't believe everything you hear people say. And remember, people are describing them in their own unique ways. But take from it the fact that they have reached past the boundary of what we call the end and reached into what we truly know is the journey back home. We come from there here. And we go home when we finish this job. And we will do a series of videos on what the job is and what the reason for this job is and how do you get the best out of it.
Danny and Brinkley, how do people find out more about you and your work?
Go to lightstreamers.com, Mr. Medit, and welcome to the family. And come on down.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too, man.
Earth is endowed with electrons, and these electrons are literally absorbed through your feet. It's like taking handfuls of antioxidants, but you're getting it through the feet.
Grounding means connecting to the earth to support the specific function of the organs of your body. It supports the body as a whole, but it specifically supports organ systems down to the tissues and the cellular function of the entire body.
We put rubber soles, synthetic soles on the shoes. We started wearing sneakers.
So this most common sense thing that we are organisms that live and grow and depend entirely on the earth while we're alive. And yet we have completely isolated ourselves from it. We're so disconnected that it becomes this weird thing if we actually slip our shoes off.
95% of people walk insulated on the earth.
This was the single thing that happened that probably caused the proliferation of inflammation-related health disorders far and above anything else.
This is Nobel Prize material.
When you run a wire into the house, before you can go into the house, you have to ground the cable. I mean, you have miles of wire hanging up there in the air. If there's lightning in the air, it's going to hit the cable. And so what you want to do is create a path to ground for the lightning so that it doesn't enter the house or blow up the TV or create a fire. One day I was sitting at a computer and the computer kept crashing. I knew it was static electricity, so I put a piece of tape across my desk and grounded it. And I realized in that process that the outlet wasn't grounded, so I fixed it so that I could get rid of the static electricity. And I didn't think too much about it. I walked outdoors and I sat on a bench. This tour bus pulled up, and it looked like they had just been to one of these outlet malls, and white Nike shoes were on sale. It just dawned on me. I asked the question, I said, I wonder if it's possible that humans are, we're no longer naturally grounded. I wonder if these shoes could be interfering with us.
And their spirit guides are trying to communicate with you. Do you ever feel that there's a spiritual force watching over you? Have you ever felt a presence trying to contact you? It may be your spirit guide trying to send you a message and protect you. All of us have at least one spirit guide who is dedicated to help us in every situation and walk down the right path. Now let us understand what a spirit guide actually means. A spirit guide is a positive, incorporeal entity that guides, protects, and offers assistance in some way to a living human being. Spirit guides are present with us throughout our lifetime and offer their guidance when we are in a stressful situation or ask for their help. They implant thoughts and ideas by sending us direct messages that keep us safe. Your spirit guide can be pure energy from the cosmic realm or live as a light being. Although we are attached to one spirit guide when we are born, up to 30 spirit guides may be assigned to us as we grow older and navigate through life. Do spirit guides communicate with us? Our spirit guides often communicate with us in subtle, indirect ways to help us with certain aspects of our lives. They deliver important messages aimed at exactly the right time. Sometimes they might telepathically whisper a word, giving birth to a life-changing thought or idea, while at other times they may send you a sign repeatedly until you start noticing it. When we open ourselves mentally and spiritually, we can observe these divine signs. However, as their signs are subtle, we can often miss them or ignore them as coincidences. This is why it is important that we know the signs that indicate our spirit guides are trying to communicate with us. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the most common signs that you need to look out for when your spirit guides are trying to communicate with you. Now let's take a look at the 12 signs your spirit guides are trying to communicate with you. Sign 1. Vivid dreams and visions. Spirit guides often create vivid scenarios to catch our attention and convey their messages through dreams and visions during meditation. When dreaming or meditating, we align ourselves with other spiritual realms. As our mind is calm, we become more open to receive divine signals. This makes it easier for our spirit guides to connect with us. Sign 2. Sharper, more enhanced senses. As spirit guides mostly communicate through indirect means, they often sharpen our senses to make us more observant and notice their signals. Sign 3. Random electrical interference. Spirit guides use electricity to make contact with us. If you're experiencing abnormal levels of electronic disturbance and your electronic devices are acting up randomly, then your spirit guides are trying to connect with you. So the next time your TV or radio or music system starts malfunctioning, pay attention to what is being shown, discussed, or played at that moment. Sign 4. Higher levels of intuition. Spirit guides often deliver information and answers to us through our intuition and help us learn what we need to. We may hear telepathic voices in our head, different from our own thoughts, or we may have a strong gut feeling about something important. So make sure to listen to your gut, as it may lead you to the exact answers that you are seeking. Sign 5. Spiritual chills. Have you ever experienced frequent sudden chills throughout your body? Spiritual chills feeling is unlike a normal shiver, and it feels like energy flowing through your body. Spiritual chills are a direct sign that your spirit guides are trying to reach out to you.